let you all tune in. I know people just getting off work, getting home, getting dinner made, getting themselves together. Oops. Oh no, I turned the laptop on. Wish I had that. Whoever have that dog, please shut them up. I'm letting y'all tune in. Come on in. I'm still here. I just went and had to go get my earrings. I forgot. Y'all see, I get on live, baby. I just be on it. I don't put all my makeup on. Right now, it's just a gray wall. But you know, I just wanted to talk because I've been encountering, which is a good thing, a lot of people come to me asking about business, and now I'm getting more people even coming to me discussing life and their wellness and their happiness and their purpose and how they find their purpose. And you know, I'm glad that people feel good to talk to me about their purpose and their life and things that they have going on and how often they feel stuck, that type of stuff. And I think a lot of it is my transparency, because I'm human just like everybody else. And so I want to go through and talk today. Rising CEO Academy, I would really like you all to look into that. It's a great help. A lot of time if you don't do something, the loss of not doing it is the thing. So today I'm going live. I'm on live right now. And let me log into my laptop. And I just wanted to discuss some habits that could be holding us back from becoming the best version of ourselves, from opening up our business, from applying for that promotion, you know, applying for that job, from also, you know, keep our love life in bondage. We may not be with who we really want to be with simply because we have some unanswered issues that we need to address. Some untapped issues, mental, things like that. So, hello. Let's go to Kitty's Custom Cleaning so I can see. I like to log on live on my laptop. Well, I like to look at my other page through my laptop so I know what y'all seeing. I like to see what the people are seeing. All right, today what I want to discuss with people, I said, here are I want to really go over some common things that are holding us back. Holding us back from living the best life that we want to live. Holding us back from, like I said, applying for that promotion, starting that business, maybe even holding back our love life. I just want to go over and talk with about some of that kind of stuff. Like right here it says, I've been starting to write a lot of stuff out, y'all. So I'm reading my own stuff that I wrote out. But these are three common things that may be distancing us from our best life. I really wanted to name this live, Our People Perish for Lack of Knowledge. I should have said that. That's the name I really, in my head, when I was going live, I'm thinking about, God said, you should go live. Go live. And, because I'm realizing Rising CEO Academy is the thing. I was talking to a mechanic today. I took my daughter to pick up her car. And it's a mechanic. He's in the Norwood Flea Market in the back. And I think this guy, he might be 25. Maybe. He's a young guy. And he has a full mechanic shop back there. And we were just talking about business. And he was telling me, I had somebody while I was sitting there who inboxed me and asked me that I know a good mechanic. And I said, you know, I'm actually at a mechanic shop right now. And I got his card. He handed me the card. He said, hey, you can give her this. He said, but tell her to book through my website, through my booking site. Don't call me. Hey, Stephanie, because hey, Jessica, he gets so many calls that he can't do the job. And I told him, I said, hey, you know what I had to do? On my business card, I had my phone number. I had to go back and redo my logo to take, hey, Denise, and take my phone number out of my card to off the card, which directs them and I made a QR code to my booking site. And I said, that helped me out so much because my phone rings constantly. Constantly. I get phone calls in the middle of the night sometime, and I'm like, I'm not answering that. My phone ringing. And he said, that's a good idea. I said, so what you may need to do is take the phone number off your card, have the booking site on the card, and then make a QR code on there to your booking site. Now that directs people right to your booking site and they can't call you. It gets your phone number out of the whole thing. Because we are small business owners, and a lot of people, they tend to not respect our time. So they just pick up the phone and call you, not thinking about the fact that you're actually working. So if you're doing the thing that you are doing, like if you're a mechanic, you're working. So you can't pick up the phone all the time. And then they get mad because you're not answering the phone. But how can I put the carburetor in the car and answer the phone at the same time? You want one or the other. And because we're suffering through growing pains, often our business starts growing so fast that we haven't put all of those systems into place yet, because we're still learning and we're still working. And to put systems into place, sometimes you have to stop working to put these systems into place. And he said, you know, I think I'm a victim of my own success, because I started doing my mechanic shop and now I'm doing so good. And like, y'all, it's like 10 cars back there. So he's doing his mechanic shop. Now he's working so much that his phone is ringing off the hook, and he never thought about the fact that that phone number that he thought was a good idea to put on his card turns out to be a bad idea. And that's what I had to do with my Kitty's car wash number. I just took it off my logo. Took it off because my phone rang like crazy. It's no different than businesses that have working hours and close hours. But exactly, the thing is, this is literally your phone. I'm not picking up my phone after a certain time. But like I said, a lot of people don't respect your time. So it may be 10 o'clock at night and they think because it's Kitty, they call my phone. But I put my phone number out there thinking that everyone operates on the same wavelength and mindset that I operate on. And being in business, you find that they don't. You start learning people so well that so many grown people are not adults. And now your phone number is out there. So you would think that people say my hours of operation are between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. And you have that on your voicemail and they still call. I'ma just call. It's just Kitty. I'ma call her. Can I, spend time with a man? Can I be with my girl, my grandbaby? Can I go sit and eat at a movie? So what I did was I changed the logo. I took the phone number off. And then I made a QR code to the booking site, along with the booking site on the card also. So now you just scan the code and it goes to the booking site and you can book through there. But those are things that when you're working in your business, and you have to actually work on your business also. But sometimes you can get so busy working in the business that you don't have time to work on the business. So now you have to hire people to help. And like the mechanic, he was saying that he just had to fire 2 mechanics. He said because of their work ethic and how they were doing. So if he's operating and he's running his business, because your business has your name on it, so he's running his business, and then you have people who may have ass and don't operate in the same way that you operate. So now your business is going downhill because of their work ethic. Which, I mean, that's the same thing as when you're working, like when I was working for Bank of America, it's the same situation, except that Bank of America paid me with their money. I pay people with my money. So my employees, my supplies, my equipment is all my money. It's not somebody else's money that I'm digging in. So I have to make sure this thing operates right. Otherwise, I'll be broke. And I'm not going back to somebody's job. I'm just not. I've made that in my mind, and I've talked to God about that thing. That I'm not going back to somebody else's job. I think that I would, if I went to a job, I would be an awesome employee, but I'm so awesome to the point where I look at how every single thing is going, and the people ain't gonna want me there because I'm gonna call out bull, I'm gonna call out bad practices, I'm gonna call it all out. They're gonna be like, why we take so long to do this? Because me personally, this is how I feel. I feel I should be paid for my results and not paid by the hour. Because what may take somebody else 8 hours, it may only take me 4. Because a lot of jobs, they pay you per hour, and then they want to manage your whole 8 hours. Now, it really only takes me 4, but I start dragging my feet to get the desired results because I have to work 8 hours. I prefer you pay me per results, my result, and not pay me by the hour. So like when people are like, oh, they paying $30 an hour, they paying $40 an hour. No, because I still got to be there 8 hours. It may take me less time because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do things very productive. Because that's how I operate now with my business. I operate on production, how I do it. And I like to get things done in a timely manner. And I like to be efficient with it. So I'm used to working efficiently and not making something last so long just because I'm trying to get 8 hours worth of hours in, 8 hours worth of income in. If it takes me 4 hours, why would I like to want to just sit at them people's job for 8 hours? It might take me 5 hours, and now I'm sitting another 3 hours when I could be doing something else. I could be enjoying myself. I could be at the beach. I could be, making production for another job. You know what I'm saying? Like a car salesman. They get paid commission. I personally would prefer to get paid commission because now it all depends on me what I make. That's the thing. You have to depend on, I like depending on myself for what I make. Now I need to go in and I need to read books and I need to learn my sales skills and all of that stuff so that I can make my money as efficiently as possible without just milking the clock and just sitting there and saying, God, I'm ready to get off. You get what I'm saying? Insurance salesmen, they get paid the commission. But with that, you have to be self-reliant. And often we don't want to be self-reliant because we may have insecurities or we may not be willing to learn to see what it takes for me to be great at this thing. So let's go here. What I say now that leads into what I was talking about. Like 3 things that I know that often hold us back from getting where we really want to be. Number 1 is simply fear. Hey Marcus, hey Shandi, hey Sassy. I like to say hey to everybody. Hey Donnie. Fear. Do you realize that most everything that we want is on the other side of fear? But fear can be so strong for some of us that it'll even keep us from doing what's best for our children. And not that we don't want to do what's best. We know for a fact that if we apply for that management position, we'll make more money. If I make more money, I can better take care of my children. But I may let fear keep me from applying. And I'll give myself all these excuses. Man, I ain't trying to do that. I don't want them people saying, have to tell people what to do and be responsible. To whom much is given, much is required. So it will require a better you. But it's often easier to stay on the ignorant side of you. And not saying that ignorant, that's just the only word I can use right now. It's often easier to not become the best version of yourself than to become the best version of yourself. Because when you become the best version of yourself, now you can make more money. Now you can command more income. Now you can go out there and you can take that sales job. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he said that, hey Shantoria, he said that most people are one skill away from greatness. And you know what that skill is? Do anybody know what that skill is? If you do or don't, whatever you think it is, put it in the chat for me. If you know what that skill may be, he said that most everybody is one skill away from greatness. If you know what it is, or if you think you know, put it in the chat for me. Say something. Type it out. I want to hear what we got to say about that one. If you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you would know. So that's a book that I actually recommend that people read. I'm an avid reader. Well, let me tell you, back that up. I'm an avid listener. I listen to books. So I don't have time to sit down and read a book. Y'all know what? I'm actually in this book right here. This book is called Best Bosses Division. And it's all women. Local women in Jacksonville and our stories. Here's me right here. That's me. Y'all, oh, things ring like, that's me right there. And do you know I have not had time to read this little book? This whole book. I have not. And I'm in the book. If you want the book, it's $20. I have not had time to actually sit down. This is featuring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Featuring 17 local female entrepreneurs. And these ladies are awesome. But because the book is not on Audible, I actually haven't had time to read the book, and I'm in the book. Okay, I'm just going to give the skill out because nobody's responding. The one skill that most people lack that keeps us from greatness, and this is in the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is not Kitty making it up. It's sales. It is sales. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. I used to be scared of sales. I made good money as an underwriter and a processor. I could have made really good money had I just went and sold. Now that I know what I know, I'm a great salesperson. So I could have been selling, but I didn't have the confidence to sell, and I didn't have the forethought to go and learn how to be a better salesperson. Now that my income depends on sales and me and my marketing, that's just a part of my lifestyle. So I'm used to it. I don't even feel like I'm selling. It's just a part of my lifestyle. Until you started your own, until I started my own business. But back in the day, when I used to work for Homeside Lending as a loan processor, we made great money. But baby, the loan officers was killing it. But I wasn't confident enough in my ability to go up just one flight up and become one of those loan officers. I could have been a loan officer. But I didn't like sales. I thought sales was pushy and this and this and this, not knowing that it didn't have to be that way. And another book that I've read is called The Brand Call You by Peter Montoya. I've listened to it on Audible. And it was one of my first business books I ever listened to back in about, 2015 or 16. That's when I listened to that book. And I still remember The Brand Call You. It is branding, then marketing, then sales. If you brand yourself well enough and market yourself really good, the sales come easier. Branding, marketing, then sales. So if you brand yourself good enough, look at McDonald's. Think about it. And I just took my grandbaby to McDonald's today after I picked her up from camp. Those hamburgers are ridiculous. They nasty. Even though I did eat one. But those hamburgers are horrible. But they making money hand over fist over those nasty hamburgers. Because they're very well branded. You can put the M logo anywhere without even the McDonald's part on the bottom. And everybody knows what it is. They branded and marketed so well that they don't even have to concentrate on sales. Because if you think about it, and some people, like I had a girl tell me, and she said, well, I just kind of feel like sometimes I might overwhelm my Facebook audience when I'll be advertising. I said, baby, think about this. McDonald's got ads everywhere. They cannot make another ad and still be known. But yet, they have commercials all the time. So if McDonald's makes commercials all the time, why wouldn't you? Think about it. Stephanie said, but TDJ Golden Arches make money everywhere. They do. They do. So when you feel like that, I should have put my phone on. Do not disturb. I'm sorry, y'all. When you feel like that, that's just an insecurity. That's a fear. So what we do is we often mask our fears with excuses. Like, I don't want to just say so much because I think they might get tired of me. If they get tired of you, all they got to do is unfriend you, baby. Facebook is free. Facebook advertisement is free. It's free for me to get on here and talk about business. It's free. Why would you not utilize free, especially when you broke as hell? What? You ain't got no money. Your business is not doing good, but you won't utilize the free advertisement. You won't go live. You won't make video content. You won't post. But you need some money. So let's just say somebody gave you an advertisement now. Let's just say somebody say, hey, Kitty, I'm going to let you just advertise on channel 12 for free. Fact is, you haven't been practicing your advertisement. You haven't read about marketing. You haven't read about sales. You don't read about nothing. So when the opportunity presented itself, you were unprepared. I would rather be prepared and not have the opportunity right now than to have an opportunity and be unprepared. So I look at my life as always getting prepared for what God has in store for me. And when I mean that as in I have to always be learning. I have to always talking to people. Always networking. Always, even right now, I got a blue bra, still got on a pink shirt. Always learn, always get yourself prepared for when God does drop the opportunity on you. And always talk to God. Say, God, when you drop that opportunity, I'm going to be ready. Because often the reason that God doesn't drop opportunity on a lot of people, because he knows that they're not ready. So if you know you haven't been practicing, how you going to play the Super Bowl when you don't even practice? How are you going to make it to the NBA Finals when you have not even practiced? Hey, Dana. Hey, Donna. Hey, Margaret. Think about that. And what I say, that's why I said the first thing that holds us back is fear. And it's our fears that keep us from practicing. It keeps us making excuses on why I can't this. They don't support me. I don't this. Knowing you haven't done any research. You haven't done any legwork. You haven't picked up a book. But you know everything on Netflix. You know all the stuff on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know all of that. But you won't prepare yourself for your opportunity. And we're all grown. That's why I say it's a difference between grown people and adults. Everybody will be grown. But we have very few adults. Adults take accountability and they work through that fear. They talk to God. That's why, y'all, I love the 23rd Psalm. My favorite part is, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thou art with me. That's him telling you, although you are scared, I got your back. I got your hand. So I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death. That's fear. Thou art with me. That's God. So even though I'm scared and I can't see God, I can't smell him, I can't nothing, I know he's with me. You'll have people, we'll sit up there and we'll hoop and we'll holler in church and we'll do all of that stuff and we'll never walk through fear. We're just lying to everybody, acting like we doing it and this, lying to everybody, and then God know that you're lying to him. But we looking like we doing it. Because we go on, we dress up, we be on the deaconess board, usher board, we head a prayer meeting, we praying and lying at the same time because all the stuff you praying for, you won't even work through your fear. Come on now. Hey, Michelle, it's real talk. Fear is the biggest thing holding us back from the greatest version of ourselves. Hey, Shantori, Shantori said, say that. Think about it. Fear is the main thing holding us back from the greatest version of ourselves. And then I look at it like this. If you do go to church, I'm very spiritual, but I don't really go to church. But I'm very spiritual. Me and God here. And I know this. If you stay poor, how you going to tithe? Your church would rather have 10% of you being the best version of yourself and making more money. You can give to the church and give to the needy and help more people if you're not one of the poor people. What we'll do is we'll try to do all of this service and stuff, and I'm on this board and I go to this meeting on Wednesday and I be at church on Friday. We'll do all of that because that's comfortable. But we won't do what's best, becoming the best version of ourselves so that we can actually give more to the church so they can get the roof fixed, so that they can get the pews fixed, so that we can get new usher board uniforms, so that we can help the children, so that we can feed the community. No, you rather just say, I want to serve, because it keeps you from becoming the best you that you need to be because your ass is scared. You're really scared to do it. And he told you, yea, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, he's with you. But you don't believe him, and you making it up like you do believe him, but you don't. Hypocrite. And anybody who mad at me for saying it could just unfriend me. I'll never come back up. Block me. I'm fine with it. It's just true. Truth hurts. But it needs to be said so that we can become the best version of ourselves. And I'm going to go back to this thing. I said that fear keeps us from even helping our children. Everybody, I go all out for mine. I'm about mine. I go all out for mine. But your scary ass won't even apply for that job that will give you a raise. And now you can take better care of your children if you earn more income. You can give more to your charity if you earn more income. You can take better care of yourself if you earn more income. But you won't do it. So you letting fear keep you from helping your kids. Anybody get what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, just put yes in the comment. I just want to read the comment. Put yes in the comment for me, just so I can see it. Because I want to see if people really listening to me or if they just think I'm just, kind of just talking crazy right now. Think about it. If you believe what I'm saying, say yes in the comments. Give me some feedback right here. Fear can keep us from truly helping our family. Because I'm scared. Often when people come to me, see, Dana said yes. I want some feedback on that one. And the thing is, we have to remember God got us. He got us. The more you believe believe he got you, the better you feel about doing things that make you nervous. Sassy said yes. The more you realize that God got you, the easier, the better it makes it easier to do things that make us nervous. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I've learned so much more from my losses than my wins. My losses helps me get to my wins, but I've lost way more than I've won. And every time I lose, I ask God, I say, God, what's my lesson? I had to learn to do that. I didn't always do that. But now when something goes wrong or I just don't work out like I thought, I really sit down, because you have to have a peaceful place. Sit down and wherever your place of peace and ask God, what's my lesson in this one? Often we never ask God what our lesson is, and we keep repeating the same problem. Hey, Celia, how you pronounce it? Celia? We keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And each time it hurts worse. We stay on the same hamster wheel. But every time we do that, we repeat that problem, and we repeat it and we repeat it, it hurts more and more and more and more. God not gonna let it ease up. He makes it worse on us. So we have to ask God, hey God, what's my lesson in this? And I've learned so much more from my losses, but I have to walk through my fear and accept that there will be losses. Many times our self-esteem is so low that we're scared to take a loss because we're worried about what other people gonna say. People who don't shit when you eat, people who don't pay your bills, people who all they're gonna do is just talk about you anyway, people who actually doing worse than you, people who you wouldn't exchange your life for their life at all, but we worried about what they gonna say if we fail. Get your shit together, girl. Hate only comes from the bottom. Even if a person is making more money than you, they still at the bottom when they're hating. Money is not the thing for hate. It's not the, oh, they're better than me. It's not the standard for somebody doing better than you. Peace is the standard for somebody doing better than you. Stephanie said he will keep teaching the lessons until we learn it. We will. But Stephanie, you know it. Often people don't even ask God what their lesson is. We'll just keep doing it over and over and over. You know that's insanity. But we'll do it over and over and over, expecting a different result. We will make the same problem. Oh, we'll do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, expecting something different. Instead of saying, hey, I keep stubbing my toe on this damn bed frame. How about I take and push the bed up against the wall, or move it over a little bit, shift the bed so that I don't keep stomping my damn toe. And that's how we do with our life. We keep falling in the same pit, same pit, same pit, same pit, same pit, same pit. Instead of saying, God, what I need to do to stop falling in this pit? More money doesn't mean they are happier. It doesn't. Don't let money be the caliber to say that somebody is doing better than you. Let it be their peace and their happiness. So what I said is, hate only comes from the bottom. So if you're worried about what somebody may say if you lose, you'll never win. If you're worried about, oh, I might fail if I try it, you'll never win. Look at Sha'Carri. That girl lost big time in front of all of us. They tried to embarrass the shit out of her. They embarrassed her. They made her feel, first of all, the girl is a child, number one. We got to remember how young she is. But they made her like mud, like shit. They dogged this girl. She lost in public. You're losing in private and won't even try to win. Won't even say, okay, hey, I lost in private. Let me see what I can do. That girl lost in public. Imagine your greatest failure being public. All over the news. They playing everybody and you dead ass last. Do you know it probably took somebody like Ayanna Van Zant to go into that girl's life, whoever went into that girl's life and spoke life into that girl and said, you know what? This loss, what did it teach you? What did you do that made you lose? They probably had to go back through a series of stuff that she did that made her lose so they could correct it, and now nobody can't even fucking touch her. That can be you. Stephanie said 3 years of losses, but kept working on, and she's on top. I told you, we learn more with our losses. It took her having to lose big and in public and be disgraced, like they was trying to dog her out. This girl had to sit back and figure out, God, what did I do wrong? Was I not eating good? Was I hanging out and partying? Did I have a negative man in my life? Did I have some family that I need to let go? Because it doesn't just be physical. A lot of stuff be mental. And mental will keep you from doing what's best for you physically. That's why I have KBE Wellness. Because a lot of us suffer from wellness issues. We'll be 50 pounds overweight. And it doesn't be happy weight. It be all this mental stress that we're going under, and we can't figure out why we can't get the weight off of us, because the weight follows our mind. Our bodies follow our mind. Once you get your mind right, your body will follow. It can't help it. But if your mind not right, you're not going to want to go to the gym 4 times a week. You're not going to want to get out and go walking. You're not going to want to eat that banana instead of that ice cream because your mind ain't right. Think about Shakara. She probably had to go through and figure this thing out, and self-therapy and therapy with other people and coaches and this and this and this. But through that big ass loss of hers, she was dead last. They can't touch her. That could be you. If only you weren't scared to even take the loss. Fear is our number one thing that keeps us from winning. We're too scared to even get on the track. We're too scared to get on the track so that we can lose, so that we can figure out what it will take for me to win. And we'll live our entire life that way. And then we want our kids to be great, but we wonder why they ain't great. Because they looking at what we do and not what we say. Our kids mimic what we do, not what we say. We're not being the greatest version of us. We're living in our fears. We won't do what's best for us. We won't go to the gym. We won't apply for the job. We won't start the business. We won't get those negative people out of our life. But then we want our kids to be great. So we let fear keep us from being great, which keeps our kids from being great. How you gonna want little Johnny to be great, but you around here mediocre? Apples don't fall far from the tree, and most apple trees not on a hill. Think about that. And I know this may hurt some people, but I'd rather hurt your feelings than hurt your life. What the thing say down there? Be aware of the people that won't hurt your feelings. Oh, there you go. I have a whole bunch of quotes right there. Be aware of people that won't hurt your feelings, but they will hurt your future. I'm not here to hurt anybody's future. I'm sparing their feelings, knowing that if I don't be honest and do and say and act certain ways, that I hurt their life. Not everybody always on food stamps. Everybody always in bondage. Everybody always scared to stick and move. You get what I'm saying? Fear is number one. Let's go to number 2. The second thing that we're doing that distances us from the life that we really want to live is procrastination. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it later. That keeps our house cluttered. That keeps our pantry cluttered. That keeps us from doing what's best for ourselves because we procrastinate. And I'll find myself like, no, do it. I read this book, and it's called The 5-Second Rule. Now, mind y'all, I done referred y'all to 3 books. These are 3 books. I already mentioned 3 books in this live. I mentioned Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm writing them down. I've mentioned The Brand Called You. And I've mentioned The 5-Second Rule. So this is my 3rd book. This free game. You just have to be willing to read it. Get it on Audible. All of these books are on Audible that I'm mentioning. So I'm giving out free information to knowledge right here. It's all in those books. If you don't read the book, you won't get it. The book ain't scary. It's not going to bite you. You may have to cut off Netflix and listen to the book. Use the time that we're riding in the car instead of rocking out to that dumbass Sexy Red stuff that they playing on the radio to try to make us ignorant. Turn on your book. And I posted about that song too. Because I was pulling up to my house and that damn Sexy Red song came on. And I was like, I said, if this girl can get on the radio sounding like this how I sound when I sing. Baby, you my everything. I want red and rain. That's how she sounded. If she can get on the radio and make a bag, let me come up with a gimmick so I can make me a bag. Because I'm going to use my bag to help my businesses and my community. I'm not going to use my bag to degrade you all. Hey, Tangie. Hey, Michelle. Think about that. I've just mentioned 3 books. I've mentioned Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he says that most people are one skill away from greatness, and that skill is sales. I said that's a book to listen to read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've mentioned The Brand Called You. What I told you is branding, marketing, then sales. If you brand yourself very well, and that branding helps you market yourself, that means marketing, wearing your brand, telling people about your brand, putting on your earrings because you need to get your business out there. That's marketing. The sales it's not so hard because the branding and the marketing are basically doing the sales for you. When you brand and you market yourself right, a lot of times people automatically trust you. They'll start trusting you. They're like, oh, okay, if she cares that much about the business, I kind of go on and trust them. That's how I built up a lot of my trust, because people would see that I actually cared about my logos. I wear my clothes. I wear my colors. I advertise my business. I make my Facebook page the name of my business. My name is Nikita Watley. Yes, I love my name, but there's no need for my name to be on Facebook. I need the business that I own and that's paying my bills to be on Facebook. So I need everybody to know me as Kitty's Custom Cleaning, not as Nikita Watley, who owns Kitty's Custom Cleaning. This is how I eat. And I told y'all I already talked to God about this. I'm not going back to somebody's job. I'm just not. This is a conversation that me and God have had. But with that, it came that, okay, since you're not going to go back to anybody's job, you have to do what you have to do to make sure that your business is run so that you can keep this oath that you talked to God about. Everybody knows, here, kitty, that's all, hey. But that's just a part of branding, marketing, and sales. I told y'all I talked to God about that thing. And when I say I did, I really did. I'm not playing. I don't have to lie to none and nobody. I pay more bills I have more bills than probably 3 people have added together. I'm not going to even lie to you. I have house mortgage, apartment rent, car wash rent, Airbnb rent, long-term rental rent. I have 7. On the first of the month, I have 7 places that I pay for. 7. Most people have their house and their car and their car insurance and their JEA bill and their food. You know, credit card, little miscellaneous stuff. But I just said on the first of the month, I have 7 places I'm responsible for. 7. And I'm not lying. My bills, I have my stuff on Excel spreadsheet so I can keep up with everything. That's how my stuff runs. That I have to have an Excel spreadsheet. Nothing is not written down on paper and I just check it off. I have an Excel spreadsheet of stuff. So what I said is, like, remember I said earlier in the live, to whom much is given, much is required. It takes a lot to be required to take care of 7 places. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much more than that. But the fact that I'm talking to God and it's happening. So I'm not lying to you, y'all. I'm seriously telling you this is true. So I have to stay in touch with God. I have to ask him for wisdom. I have to ask him, what's my lesson in my loss? Because I have so much responsibility. So much. Steffi, I like my job. I want to add some other forms of income to my future. You can. And what, I don't know what you do with your job, but what if you did it for yourself in some form or fashion, since you like it? One thing that I'm going to do with my Rising CEO Academy is I'm going to bring on my rep to Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Oh, he said, so I'm working on it. Exactly. So, because if you like what you do, it don't feel like work. It's just figuring out a way that maybe I can do it for myself. I ain't going to have all the resources. I'm not going to have all the contacts. I'm going to have to build a whole clientele on my own. To do that requires you be the best version of yourself. And that's why I read I 5 books. The last book, the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule is whatever you think in the first 5 seconds is what you need to do. And act on it right there. If you want to be spiritual about it, it's what God tells you to do immediately. God drops on you exactly what to do immediately. And after 5 seconds, we talk ourselves out of it. Nah, that ain't going to work. Because this and this and that and that. In the first 5 seconds, what you get in your mind, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You know how we sit there and we're like, oh, I'm going to do this because this. That was it. Fear and doubt start having us change our mind. When you ask God for something, he always tells us. He always answers. We'll be like, God, you ain't answer. If God is God, why would it take him so long to give us an answer? He's not our dumb ass. He's God. We act like God is us and we slow. It takes us a long time to figure it out. If he's God, he already knows the answer and he gave it to you. It just may not be the one you wanted, but he gave it to you. What to do. So he tells you immediately, and then we talk ourselves out of it. And then he sends others around us to help us out and figure it out. Y'all, I'm telling you this weekend. Ooh. I'm sitting there with one of my girlfriends. We sitting on the couch outside at a little restaurant. I'm sipping on a margarita. She drinking her little drink. And I was like, well, you know, if I wrap my Jeep, they gave me a quote. I need to write that down. I can't be an estimate. But they gave me a quote to wrap my Jeep of this amount right here. And I'm just like, And then she said, well, why don't you keep the Jeep the color it is and just use the stickering? I said, well, if I got to wrap it because it's black. She said, but no, your logo, because she does my branding. Like all my logos and stuff, she's done it. She does it. She said, no, Kitty, remember that logo is teal, pink, and black. I said, y'all, my Jeep is teal. The logo is teal, pink, and black. She said, well, I could just, kind of design something and this, but your logo actually matches your Jeep, so you don't have to wrap the whole Jeep, which saves you so much money. But it took me and her having the conversation for me to realize that. I'm like, over here scrambling, thinking about wrapping this Jeep and then putting the sticker in on it and doing all of this, when she knows my business logos better than I know my business logos. I didn't even think that the logo is teal, pink, and black. So God was telling me what to do. He told me, hey, start advertising it. Maybe you should get the Jeep advertising with that particular business. And then he sent her in to tell me how to do it, which saves me so much money. So he's sending people your way to drop knowledge on us. We just have to be open to take it. And often we're not open to take it simply because we're scared. We go back to fear. And I ain't ready. I can't. This and this. I got all of this going on. I got this and I got that. But God told you what to do. You just don't want to hear him. Hey, Kira. Hey, Mika. This is real talk. So that's why I say number 2 is procrastination. Procrastination is with number 1. Procrastination comes from fear. Remember, the first thing that keeps us from being the greatest version of ourselves is fear. Number 2 is procrastination. But procrastination is just fear. We procrastinate because we're really scared that it's not going to work. So we use procrastination as a method. I'll just do it later. As a reason for not doing it because we're scared. And I believe personally, hey Nakia, I believe that God wants us to live the best life and be the best version of ourselves. Sometimes, hey Charlotte, sometimes we get so, how people say life be lifing. We'll get so caught up in life be lifing that it'll be 5 years gone by and we ain't did nothing. 5 years ago looked just like today. We're not at peace. We're not the best version of ourselves. We're not happy. We can't figure out how to get out of this thing. And time waits on no man. One of the most valuable resources we have in life is time. And if you let time go by, you cannot get that back. I've done mentorships, business mentorships with people. Like one lady, I did a business mentorship with her, and about 4 or 5, 6 months ago, something like that, I saw her in Applebee's. And honestly, I forgot I did the mentorship, but I did. And she's like, yeah, hey, how you doing? We talking. And she said, and it was like 3 years ago. We did a business mentorship this like 3 years ago. I still hadn't started, but I'm still thinking about it. We did that mentorship meeting so long ago, I forgot that we did it. And then she told me that she hadn't even started it. And we did that mentorship 3 years ago. So her 3 years ago and her today looked exactly the same. That's got to be disappointing. Often we are the weapon that's formed against us. You know, I say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Often we're our own weapon. We're the knife stabbing ourselves. We're the knife cutting off our foot so that we can't be great and can't run. It don't be the devil. It just be us and bad decisions. We'll try to blame things on the devil, or we'll try to say lifing, when it's a series of bad decisions that keep us in bondage. At some point in all of our lives, we have to take accountability for why our life looks the way it does. The only person that takes accountability for why their life looks the way it does is the person that's actually happy. Now, they take accountability for why their life looks like it does. The person that's unhappy, full of excuses. Full of them. Remember Ike Turner told her, he told Tina, girl, you got more excuses than a nigga going to jail. Mm-hmm. So the person that's destitute and down and out and this and this and this and always got excuses, they're the person that don't take accountability for their life. The person that's actually happy, that's satisfied, that's thriving, they take accountability for themselves. Hey, is it Naima? Neema? I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Think about that. Stephen say, I went to your home buyer workshop and 6 months later, I was closing on my house, so I know I can do anything. Y'all, you did, girl. I love that house. Y'all, Stephanie. Girl, that was this year. What did it? No, that was last year. That was last year. That home buyer program, that particular program Stephanie went to, I think it was in May. You went. And didn't you close on your house in like October? Because I remember where it was. It was at the hospital church at the foot of the Matthews Bridge. And I believe that workshop was either April or May, but I think it was in May. Stephanie came to, how Stephanie started was, we did the workshop the month before, and I went live doing my session where I was talking about credit. So Stephanie was listening to the live. And then we had it the next month, Stephanie came. And I think that was in May. And didn't you close on your house in in October of 2023? It was July. Oh my God. The session was in April. Stephanie closed on house in July. March, April, May. No, April. May, June, July. In 3 months, she closed on her house. After going to their home buyer seminar. Go ahead on, girl. See, that's the example of, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil because thou art with me. She walked. She did what made her nervous because most every progress and wins are on the other side of fear. She talked to Michelle. She got to know Michelle. She did all of that. And then she's sitting in her house. July. Girl say, I'm up here crying. You did, girl. You did that, y'all. That is an example of God got you. You got to walk through the fear. You cannot procrastinate. She could have procrastinated, came to the seminar. No, rates not good. Houses are high. Gave every excuse on why she can't do it. And then this year she'd have been in an apartment right now looking at this live, kicking her own ass because she mad at herself because she could have did it. And that's how a lot of us do. What we do is God tells us what to do, but we have fear and procrastination that keep us from doing it. Then we're hurt because we don't try. We're hurt because we feel disappointed in ourselves. And God told you, walk through the valley of the shadow of death. He got you. But we're hurt because God told us to do it and we didn't do it. He told you what to do and you didn't do it. You were disobedient. And then our disobedience keeps our family in bondage. It keeps anybody else that we love in bondage because he's never going to bless us when we're disobedient. And some people may not think that's being disobedient. It is. If God tells you something to do and you don't do it, you're being obstinate. You're being disobedient. You cannot get blessed being disobedient. Why would I bless a disobedient child? If I have a child and she in school acting an ass, why would I go buy her a car? Why would I let her go skating with her friends? She's disobedient. So me blessing a child that's disobedient doesn't make any sense. And then we ask God why we can't be blessed, but he's telling us what to do. And we don't do it, so we're being disobedient. It may not be a sin, but it's being disobedient. You can't get blessings in disobedience. It just can't happen. So even if you're getting little blessings and you feel like, oh, life ain't bad, you know, I counted this and this. Imagine what God actually has in store for you if you did right by him. If when he said do something, you did it. So if your life is okay now, imagine how great it's probably supposed to be. I'm gonna call her back. Imagine how great it's actually supposed to be. And then when we're being disobedient, it may not just, the bad stuff may not just drop on me. It may drop on my children. Why can't little Marcus get right? Why can't Sheila get right? Because I'm not right. So my bad luck is dropping off on my seed. Because I'm not doing right, so my seed can't get the blessings that are out there for him or her. But you have to take self-accountability when it comes to that. And like I said, many of us don't want to be accountable. We got more excuses than going to jail. On why I ain't, this ain't going to work out, they ain't going to help me. Think about that. That's why sometimes I get quiet. I just want you to think on that thing. I had times in my life I wasn't doing right. And stuff just went from bad to worse. It's just going bad. Like, damn. But I knew I wasn't doing right. The minute I let that go, and did what I had to do and go through my own mess, it's like, ooh, God started opening up the heavens gate. He started letting blessings flow back to me. He started giving me clarity. He started bringing people around to say certain things. And it's just like, damn, these same people were around the whole time. This idea was here. It was sitting right there in my face the whole time. But I wasn't doing right. So when I wasn't doing right, God wasn't dropping them blessings on me. So now I'm going deeper in the hole when I knew I wasn't doing right. I had to let stuff go. And I'm not saying some stuff I heard. I'm telling y'all. Mark my word, you can write this down. I, this year, had to let something go because I wasn't doing right. And while I wasn't doing right, my luck, my blessings were just not coming. Stuff would go wrong, and I can't figure, why is it going wrong? And it's because I was not right. If I'm doing wrong, how I expect right to come sit in my lap and be my best friend? And I'm doing real, I'm telling you all this. Transparency. I'm being transparent. If I was not doing right, how can I expect right to be my best friend? How can I expect blessings to come into my life? How can I expect blessings to go into my grandbaby life, my granddaughter, my daughters, my mom, my friends, when I'm not doing right? I'm being honest. Like I said, we have to be accountable for ourselves. I had to be accountable for my own issues. And then I had to take that and say, okay, you're wrong. You can't do wrong and expect right. It doesn't add up. It just can't happen. You can't do wrong and expect right to come out of it. It just can't happen. So like I said, think about it. Wrong ain't necessarily, doing something wrong ain't necessarily, oh, you committing a sin. It could just be you being disobedient. God tells you what to do. And you say, nah, God, I'm going to do it my way. Or I ain't going to do it. And we wonder why shit just going south. Why life just mundane. Why I don't have peace. Oh, y'all, I'm doing over here like Cat Williams. I'm rubbing my knees. This is how you know Cat was telling the truth. When he was doing like this and he was rubbing his knees, I was just rubbing my knees. That's how you know I'm telling the truth. I'm rubbing my knees, y'all, Dolores. Okay. The first two things that have been holding us back, remember I said it's going to be three. The first one is fear. The second is Katina, yeah. The second is procrastination. The third is low self-image. Stephanie says peace is powerful. The third thing that holds us back is low self-image. Sometimes because of the way we were brought up or things that may have happened to us, we don't have self-confidence in ourselves. Or we just don't feel like we're worthy. Like God made you but didn't make me. Somebody else made me, but God made you. What would make Beyonce, Janet Jackson, Michelle Obama, what makes them better than you? Nothing. Not one thing. Often our low self-image keeps us from being the best version of ourselves. Low self-image will keep us from speaking up. We might have something so powerful to say, so powerful to give, to contribute to this world, but because we feel low about ourselves, we won't give it to the world. We'll just take our gift and we'll bury it in the sand. Because we feel bad. And this is one thing, and I'm talking to women, black women, women in general. All I've ever been in my life is a black woman. Oftentimes, our biggest thing is our weight. This is why I encourage women to exercise. I didn't say be a gym head. I said exercise. Because once we start seeing ourselves tone up a little bit, wearing a little outfit that we actually like and we feel good in, it helps our self-image. Our biggest thing may be our weight. So when you start seeing yourself conquering the weight, you're like, oh, if I can conquer that, I can conquer anything. You're more apt to step out. You're more apt to go in front of a crowd and talk. Because you ain't worried about, damn, is my stomach sticking out in this dress? Ooh, is this girdle too tight? Can you see the bottom part? You're more apt to get with the man you like versus that other man. You talking to him because you feel like the man you really won't give you the time of day. So you settle even for the man that you're with, because your low self-image won't allow you to even fathom the thought of talking to Larry versus being with Mike. You really don't want to be with Mike, but your self-image so low, you couldn't even fathom going over there and saying hi to Larry. So you're sitting over there with Mike and you don't want to be with him. Now you done married Mike and had Mike children and you don't even love him like that. But if you're so low self-image, they got you over there. Stephanie said, and exercise make you feel better. This thing, he comes and says slow connection. I can't read the bottom. Hold on. Physically and mentally, it does. It makes you feel better. It gives you those endorphins. And I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing better than feeling sexy. Ooh. That's why I sang that dumbass song. But ain't nothing better than feeling sexy. And people can tell when you feel sexy and when you don't. And sexy is not a size. Sexy is a mind. It's in the head. When you feel beautiful, it shows. You have more confidence. When you walk into the room and you just feel better, it shows. There's nothing better than feeling better. That contributes to our low self-image, and I don't want nobody to feel talking about arrogance, but when you feel better, you do better. You want better. If I feel better about me, I'm going to go talk to Larry. I'm not finna be sitting over here with Mike. I don't like Mike. I want Larry. And when I feel good about myself, damn it, Larry it is. I'm going to get what I want. This is another thing, lady. If it is Larry that you want, when you feel more confident, you will go and say something instead of hoping that Larry read your brain and he gonna come over. You can just go, hey Larry, how you doing? Just a little something. Larry will see it. You don't even know if Larry's self-esteem high or not. He might be in the dumps and you don't even know he just look good. But Hey, Larry, how you doing? And you give him a little hug, a little touch. You feel good. So your walking swag is good. You looking good. You smell good. Larry can't help but want you. And if something in him wrong and he don't, his homeboy or somebody across the room see you. There's some eyes on you that's going to, because men can feel it. Men can feel it when a girl don't feel good about herself, and they can feel it when a girl does. And it attracts that stuff. So when you don't feel good about yourself, it attracts that certain type of men. When you feel good, you're more apt to say, hey, boo, hey, how you doing? And then you kind of get a little small talk and find a way to say, hey, maybe we can go out and have a drink one day or something. A lot of men be like, okay, because a lot of women don't say nothing to them. I don't say, hey, you want to go out to eat a little bit? That's another reason I work like I do. Because if it's a guy that I like, and he might be, a lot of times we don't realize men's self-esteem be shit too. A lot of their self-esteem be low as hell. And then imagine your self-esteem low and nobody ever asks you out or nothing. So you don't even know. And you say, hey, you know, one day we should go out for a drink. Most men be like, when? Because nobody ever does that to them. So when you did it, you already stood out above 90% of the women. Simply because you did it. But you did it because you start feeling better about yourself. So now you made a way to get the man that you actually wanted. Because your self-confidence felt better. Come on now. Come on now. Think about it. Think about it. When your self-confidence is better, you smile more. You radiate more. Your attitude is nice. You ain't like that girl. What that doggone piece of rap that girl JT got. Talking about she look good, but her attitude stank. Nobody don't want to stink, bitch. That's not cute. But that's the kind of stuff that they're selling us on the radio that's cute. Just like Get It Sexy, they're selling us that dumb ass shit. That's not cute. Nobody don't want that. They might fuck it once in a while, but they ain't gonna keep it. That ain't nothing they want. Oh man, maybe I'm being too raw with y'all. Everybody might not be able to take me like that. She said, fuck it. You might have sex with it, but you don't gonna keep it. This is grown people on this live right here. What time is it? It's 8:23. It's a grown person live. If you got me on speakerphone and you got little kids, take me off. Come back and listen to this live later because I'm being honest with people. Hey, Hammer. Hey, Randy. But that's true. So don't ever let nobody convince you that being stank, acting like a bitch. And some women, they have resting bitch face and don't know it. And it scares people. If you know, and this is something you have to be self-aware about, if you know you have a resting bitch face, go in the mirror and work on that. That's just something to do. Because it scares people off. It really does. And you don't mean no harm about it. Soon as you smile, you look like a whole different person. So you go in the mirror. I ain't saying you got to smile like this the whole time, sitting like a dumbass joker. But learn to work on your resting bitch face. Because a lot of women, they have resting bitch face. They just don't know it. They don't even know it. Dana, I was told that at a job years ago that I had RBF. I hollered because I wasn't aware. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women said that. They do and they don't know it. And they'd be the nicest people, but we'll have resting bitch face. So that's something that you have to, if you know you have it, work on it. Just work on it. That's all, because you don't want to scare people away because you got the resting bitch face. You're like, but I'm nice though. You are nice. Let it be shown in your face that you're cool. You know what I'm saying? Let it be shown in your face who you really are. And it's just real talk. Sometimes, that's why I say third one is low self-image. Let's work on our self-image. I'm going to tell y'all something. Back when I was in school, hey, Bermicia, I hope I be pronouncing your name right. I really do. When I was in school, I wasn't as confident as I am now. When I was in high school, I mean, granted, you're like 17, 16, whatever. If I was then who I am now, I'd have been doing everything. Because now I do everything. I'm just, I'm the type of person like yesterday. I went to I want some chicken wings. So I said, hey, I'll go sit at the bar and have a drink with myself and just sit there and chill. Then people be coming through and I know them. I'm sitting there talking. I'm sitting there talking and blah, blah, blah. Talk to the bartender. I'll just drink my little drink. I have my little margarita and chicken wings. Because I've gotten used to, I learned to love me exactly for me. I learned to love everything about me. Once I learned to love everything about me, my world opened up. Hey, Gary. Hey, Kenneth. Once I learned everything about me, to love it, because I'm uniquely made by God. I can't have somebody else's eyes and somebody else's skin and somebody else's hair and somebody else's fake ass. I can't have all of that. Y'all, I used to be real self-conscious about my butt because I have a big butt. So that's one reason I exercise, because God gave women in our family asses. We do have a big butt. So it's a blessing and a curse. But once I learned to love Nikita Marie Watley uniquely as she is, then my world started opening up. I started feeling better about myself. I started loving my personality more. I started letting my personality shine more. Like now, I just am who I am. I don't hide my personality or nothing because I can't and I ain't. You know what I mean? I don't want to sell it. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I started loving my skin color. I love my moles. I just learned to love me. I love my locks. But it's a part of learning to love exactly who you are. You cannot be anyone else. And let's just say this, y'all. I look at it like this, and I heard somebody on a podcast say this. If I'm being a fake version of me and I'm being Vermecia instead of being Kitty, how can God bless Kitty when I'm being a fake version of somebody else? He can't really bless me when I'm not being me. I'm being a sad version of somebody else. The only way that I can really even get the blessings is to be exactly who he made me to be. Once I learned to love her because God made me like he made me, fell in love with me, everything started just feeling better. Like if I felt more natural, because then I love some me. You ain't walking in the room thinking, oh man, I wish I was lighter. I wish I was taller. You'll never be lighter. You'll never be taller. You can always be slimmer, but I'll never be a super skinny girl. Once I learned to love that God gave me curves. Once I learned to love that he gave me kinky hair. Once I learned to love my smile. Once I learned to love me, everything else opened up. So we'll have low self-confidence just so we don't love ourselves. And then we have to learn to do something special for ourselves. Hey, Lakia, we have to learn to do something special for ourselves. Don't wait on somebody else to do something for you that you could do. Let's just say you want to go down to the beach. Hey, you want to go down to the beach. Get in your car and go. Don't, because he or she won't go, you don't go. And now you deprive yourself of what you actually wanted to do and what actually makes you happy because you couldn't get anybody to do it with you. You know I love your lives. Oh, thank you, Lakia. But don't deprive yourself of your happiness waiting on somebody else to do it for you. Like yesterday, I wanted some wings. So I hopped in my car. I went to a restaurant. I sat at the bar. I ate my wings and I drank my margarita because I wanted. I didn't really have anybody to go with, and I didn't feel like waiting on anybody. Do things like that for yourself, because that builds your self-confidence. It really, really, really does. Little things. Do stuff that, if you like flowers, send them to yourself. You like flowers. Don't wait on somebody to send them. Think about that kind of stuff. Y'all, let me tell you about my daughter. My daughter is going to Phoenix, Arizona Thursday by herself. She's meeting up with a group of people, but she wanted to go. None of her friends could go. My other daughter, she's a nurse, so she works odd shifts, so she can't go. My daughter has booked her flight, her hotel, and her rental car. She's 31 years old, and she's going to Phoenix, Arizona next week. This week, actually. In April, because my daughter told me she wasn't doing that for her birthday. First of all, let me get this out. Her birthday was in April. So I was out of town. My daughter wanted to go on a cruise. My daughter went on a cruise by herself for her 31st birthday. She got on a cruise and went by herself. It's some of us that won't even go sit to the bar by ourselves. We was born by ourselves. Learn to enjoy our own company. Learn to enjoy your own company. Doing things like that help us build our self-confidence. You get what I'm saying? It helps us build when we do things like that. So those are my 3 things. My 3 things are these are 3 common things that keep us from living our best life, basically. Fear, procrastination, and low self-image. Same. And so I want us, and I'm always referring to it as us, because I'm a work in progress. I work on stuff all the time, y'all. I have my own stuff. But I want us to think about that thing. Really ask yourself, when let's say you're in the shower and it's quiet. How can I overcome my fear of such and such so that I can get to such and such? I'm missing my results because I have fear. Am I procrastinating on anything? And when I say, like, sometimes we'll procrastinate out of fear, and we'll procrastinate out of failure. We think we're going to fail, so we'll put it off. Like, I know a lot of people come to me, I want to make a business plan and this and this and this. And I'm saying, I tell them honestly, just start doing it. When you don't know what you're doing, how are you going to make a business plan? Like, start doing it. If you want to start selling cakes, start advertising and just making the cakes. Once you start working in the thing, now it's easier to start making plans. It really is. Charlotte says 2 heads is better one and with championship. 2 heads is better one and with championship. It is. But I tell people a lot of times, the reason that they don't start is because the fear of failure. Just start. You want to lose weight? Just get out there and walk a mile. Walk whatever you can. And celebrate the fact that you started. Don't wait till the end of the game to celebrate. Don't wait on the big wins to celebrate. Don't wait on the big vacations to take a vacation. Lakia say, yep, that's me right now. Just celebrate the fact that you're starting. Give myself a pat on the back. Girl, I'm starting. I'm taking it day by day. At least a mile or at home cardio workout. Exactly. Celebrate that thing. Because I look at it like this. Time got to pass anyway. Either we're going to do something with it or we're not. Do something with the time. It's July. What will your December look like? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you have something that you want to accomplish, ask yourself, what will my December look like? It's all dependent on me. Take self-accountability for what your December looks like and know that you are the master of your life. And if you're the master of your life, you control how it looks like right now. Everything about it is on you. Good or bad, everything about it is on you. With that, we have the opportunity that December is going to come. Hey, Carlton. Hey, love. That December is going to come and we can mastermind plan what December going to look like. You get what I'm saying? Now, because we know, okay, we took responsibility that my life looks like this right now. This is mine. Everything of doing it is mine. So now we can mastermind plan December. We can truly mastermind plan next July 2025. Think about that. Mastermind your life. Live your life strategically, not just blowing with the wind. That's another thing I have learned to do is live my life strategically. Strategically. Start thinking about your life like you think about your bank account or your job. You know how when you go to work and they have a set of things that you have to do? Start looking at your life like that. Start looking at your life as if these are things that you need to do. Start scheduling out your day. Don't just flow with the wind. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Have you a to-do list, because this is your life. We have to plan our time. Once I started strategically living my life, I even strategically live my happiness, y'all. I don't fuck around with my happiness at all. At all. I don't play about my happiness. I don't play about my peace. And I have every right to. If you don't like it, get out. We have every right to not play about our happiness and play about our peace. Hey, look, the LC gets me. Hey, Mimi. We have every right to not play about our happiness and not play about our peace. Anybody who tells you that you should compromise your peace and your happiness, they're not for you. Yes, there will be times, but if you know that it's people around that don't, hey Mark, that don't fit into what you're trying to do and be, you have to let it go. You have to. No matter how bad it may hurt. We are in control of our own life, our own happiness. I'm not leaving my happiness to happenstance or in somebody else's hands. Like, let's just say I was married. It's not his duty to make me happy. What would be best is if I'm already happy and I'm already at peace and I'm already whole, now I can become his wife because I'm already a whole person. I'm not giving him some broken pieces. That's not fair to him. We'll give a man broken pieces hoping that he got Gorilla Glue and putting us back together. That's just stupid. Just goddamn dumb. And then when he can't, because he's a person just like you're a person, we get mad at him and now he ain't making me happy. Nobody should make you happy. You should already be that. That's your strategy. When I say live your life strategically, that's part of your strategy is to find what makes you happy and what does not. And then start operating in that thing. Living your life strategically. I shouldn't hand a man a broken pieces of a woman and then expect that he's going to make me happy. That's not fair to him. Yeah, women do it all the time. They going and getting with these men knowing that they not even happy. And then wonder why stuff don't go right. That's not fair to the man. Who told y'all that a man's supposed to put some broken pieces together? It's just wrong. And maybe it could be I was brought up in a two-parent household. I don't know. And I'm not saying that makes things different. But I grew up with my mama and my daddy, and I seen how relationships supposed to work. I didn't say stuff was perfect, but I lived with a man, my dad, the whole time, grow up my whole life. So I've seen it. A lot of times women haven't seen men, and so they don't know. They have these crazy expectations like they're not human. But they're so used to not seeing them on a daily basis that they just don't know what to expect. And then they expect some crazy ass shit like, he's supposed to fix me. He's supposed to take care of me. He's supposed to pay everything. Bitch, you can't even take care of your damn self. How you want him to pay stuff while you single, you can't even get your rent paid. You ain't even worked on yourself enough to pay your own rent, and you damn sure ain't got a house. You want him to, he's supposed to pay all the bills. So if he pay all the bills and whoop your ass at the same time, you making up all these fucked up rules, that could be one of them. But he pay all the bills. It's not fair to dump all that on him. He could if he wanted to, but it's not fair to dump it all on him just because that's what you think should be. When you wrong and the person who told you was wrong and the person who told them was wrong. Come on now. We have to be real. Life. Think. Just if you don't like it, just unfriend me. That's all a person got to do. If you don't like what I said, just unfriend me. I'll be all right. And I'll never know it anyway. But I'm going to go back. I'm going back to these 3 books that I recommended in this live. The first one was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. One quote, one particular paragraph, he was talking. And he said, most people are one skill away from greatness. And that skill is sales. That skill is sales. So I'm giving you information. I'm giving you books to listen to or read to go get the information to expand your knowledge. But that was one quote that I really remember out of that book. It's because, what was he doing? Y'all, I think it's 2018 or so I actually listened to that book. But I think it was a lady who wrote a book, but she didn't want to sell the book. And he was, talking to her. And she's like, she act like sales was beneath her. But yet her book wasn't selling. So she thought because she went to college and she got this big old college degree and she doing all this and she took the time to write the book as if that should sell the book. So he was talking to her about actually promoting the book and selling it to people and blah, blah, blah. She got mad at him. I'm not doing sales, as if sales was a low level type job. Anybody who makes money, who got it, sales is a number 1 skill. Sales is up there. If you can sell stuff, you can sell stuff that you don't even fucking like. Because you're just good at sales. But that's in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that for yourself. I'm not going all in on the book because I want you to read on your own. The second book was The Brand Call You by Peter Montoya. I actually remember that author's name. I listened to that book, I think that was 2015 or 2016, something like that. It wasn't 14. But it's called The Brand Call You. And that's when he went in and he when I tell you, he goes into colors and everything about your logos, all of this stuff. Like, I never really thought about colors. I just like pink. But my colors are fuchsia. I like fuchsia. My colors are fuchsia, white, and black. Black is luxury. White is clean. Red is attention. Pink is the form of red, which means you get attention. So we are a luxurious attention-seeking cleaning business. I already had the colors. It's just that when I was reading the book, I started realizing colors matter. Because if you go to a lot of restaurants, you don't see a lot of restaurants with a gray restaurant. Us barbecue places be gray, but even with that, like Jerome Brown is gray. And I feel like they should change that color because gray kind of animated. I eat Jerome Brown barbecue, just so you know. But to me, gray is kind of sad. And I don't associate, it doesn't make me hungry when I see gray. A lot of restaurants, you'll notice they'll use red and colors that pop to you because that actually makes you a little more hungry. You smell the scent better. So he goes into color schemes and all different color patterns and all of that kind of stuff. So that one is the brand call you. Branding is number 1, marketing and sales. The third book is the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule, the base of it is, I think I read that in like 17 or 18. The base of it is whatever you're thinking in the first 5 seconds is the right thing to do. That's what you should do. LC, that's one of the skills I had to master as a brander is the color wheel. Yes. I get it. I can see that with yours because you have to master the color wheel. I never even thought about the color wheel until I was reading that book and I'm like, wow. And then I said, look at God, baby. I already had the colors that I needed. I ain't even know it. It's just that I like it. So, my taste was good. Anyway, Charlotte said red and green are my favorite colors. Go to the color wheel and see what red and green mean. And then if you have a business, see if it incorporates or maybe it should be something different. And another thing he talked about too is using logos for businesses that aren't the typical logos. And he talked about realtors. He said most realtors, the logo is always some form of a house. Bad. When I first started Kitty's Custom Cleaning, I was using a lady with a broom. I went to Bold City Graphics and I was talking to him about designing my cleaners, designing my van. And that man said, that's when I was getting my van wrapped, the first one. He said, I have something for you. This was Thursday. He said, I have something for you on Monday for you to look at. When he came with that cat on the side of the van, he changed the fucking game. I threw that lady with that, because I hadn't read the book too, threw that lady with the broom, who is typical, and got that cat. The cat changed the game. The cat changed the game because it's not typical. Start looking at cleaning services. Most of them have somebody with a broom or a mop and a dustpan, some regular stuff that you just expect. Nobody don't have that cat. Now the cat can go to different logos, it can serve my purpose for different businesses. The lady with the broom would have just only been for cleaning, but the cat I can use for car rental, car wash, laundry service, mobile bartending, 360. The cat is universal. Come on now. Y'all looking at the cat right now. That's my logo on my page. My page, my face is not my cover photo. It's not my photo. My face is that cat. He talks about that in the book also. Going with logos that may not be typical. But that is in the book, The Brand Called You by Peter Montoya. I remember who wrote that. And remember Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The third book is The 5-Second Rule. And I cannot remember her name. She's a white lady with black glasses. And she's been on a whole bunch of stuff. But she said the first 5 seconds of whatever you're thinking, that's your answer. Go with it. We talk ourselves out of things after 5 seconds. So that's the basic. If you want to be non-spiritual, that's that. If you want to be spiritual, God drops information on you right now. When God tells you something, he tells us something. This is what we need to do. What happened is we allow fear and doubt in. And so then we start doubting that what God said will work. So you can call it the 5-second rule. You can call, listening to God and doing what God said, because God gives it to you right then. However you want to call it. But he answers. Often we'll think, that can't be it, because I ain't doing that. What? 5-second rule. Read it. So in this live, you have 3 books. I would love for each of you to read these books. Remember, I said that I listen to books on Audible. So let me go to Rising CEO Academy. Rising CEO Academy is it's a group of entrepreneurs. It's a group of entrepreneurs, old, new, ones who want to be, so that we can actually network and talk to each other. I will be going over things like what I just did just now. I'll have different things. I'm even going to have guest speakers come in. Like, I really want my guy that does my insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'm going to have him coming on, because many entrepreneurs, the one thing that's stopping people from actually becoming an entrepreneur is they think that they won't have health care. But when I met that man in like 2020 or something, like whatever it was, at the Black Expo, I walked over there. I walked to the Blue Cross Blue. The Black Expo was in the convention center. I walked over. I said, "Hey, I need some health insurance. I could not find affordable health care." I have health insurance ever since. Now that I have awesome health insurance and it's not crazy high, my medical is $65 a month. No. 55 or 65, it don't matter. And my dental is $25. My medical went up because I'm getting older. So when I started out, it was like $48. It was like $42. But I'm getting older, so stuff goes up expensive, a little more. But $60, and they take it out of my bank account every first of the month from Blue Cross Blue Shield. Me having medical insurance secured when I talked to God and I told him I did not want to go back and clock into someone's job. I said, God, I talked to God and I said, please make this work. Help me figure out how to make this work so that I do not have to go and clock back in, hey Monique, and go to somebody's job. That's my biggest thing. I don't want to live on somebody else's terms. I don't want to have to go clock in. God, help me figure it out. So I'm working my businesses. The only thing I was missing was, but Bank of America had great health care. So I went for a span without health care. When God dropped that Blue Cross and Blue Shield on me, I knew I wasn't going back to nobody's job now. I can go, as soon as I got my insurance, y'all, I got a pap smear, I got a mammogram, I got the a colonoscopy, I got my teeth cleaned, I got a root canal with a filling. I went and did everything, baby. I said, I'm finna take care of Kitty. Because God done showed me how to do the income, and now he done gave me health care. I know I ain't going back. This thing got to be all on me now. So what it did is it helped me. I had to become the best version of myself so that I don't have to go back to work, to somebody's job. Because I do work for myself. But I just don't want to do that. I want to live it like how I'm living it. And the health care was the icing on the cake. I'll get my teeth cleaned next month, baby. Every 6 months, I'm at the dentist. Dr. Sears on Hood Road. These are my teeth. Even if they weren't, I still can go to the dentist. And he can put my dentures in implants or whatever. But they's mine. But that solidified everything that I was working for. Because I talked to God and said, God, this is how I want these businesses to run. Help me become the version of myself so that I can run these businesses, so that this can be my income stream, so that I can show and work with my family and we can all do this And then we can show our children how they can get their income on their own. And that's what he did. But I had to take the steps. I had to overcome fear. Even though, y'all, I operate in fear all the time. I be nervous as shit about stuff, but I just do it. I've learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like right now, I done been on this live. I don't even know how long I've been on this live. I used to be uncomfortable doing lives, but I had to keep doing them. This is one of the main ways that I can get out to the people, through this free thing called the internet and free Facebook lives. And then I'm going to save this live and I'm going to download it on my phone. I'm going to upload it onto YouTube. So I would like for you all to please follow me on YouTube, Kitty's Custom Cleaning, same logo, pink cat. All of my videos are there. So after I finish this live, Facebook now allows you to save the video. I saved the video onto my phone and then I upload it to my YouTube channel. So go to Kitty's Custom Cleaning on YouTube and subscribe. All of my stuff is going to be there from now on, just so you know. But I want you all to really, the community of Rising CEO Academy, we are a community of aspiring and current entrepreneurs where we truly help each other. My goal is to make this a true community because so many entrepreneurs have nobody to talk to, nobody to discuss things with. So things seem harder than they actually are because you don't know. And then I've learned that my journey as an entrepreneur has been the biggest personal development project I have ever done in my life. To become an entrepreneur, even if it's not full-time, entrepreneurship is the biggest personal development that you'll ever do. To get the business and to stay in business, it requires a lot of personal development. Like right now, I'm on live because I want to talk to people and I want my Rising CEO Academy. The link is in my bio and it goes to my website. Think about it. It's only $97 a month. Our first meeting is August 15th. What we will be doing is I'm going to send out everybody Zoom links. We're going to get on Zoom on Thursday at 7 p.m. And I'm going to have topics every week there. We're going to only meet twice a month. And we're going to have topics that we're going to cover. They're going to be business topics, such as how you should do your bank account, how you should do payroll, what happens if you have employees that you need to let go. There's going to be personal development topics like right here. That one I'm going through right now is 3 things to help you get to where you need to be. Overcoming fear, procrastination, and low self-confidence. They're going to be personal development. I'm going to have guest speakers come in. I want to get my CPA. I want to get the insurance, Gabriel with the insurance. I want to get people who are good at other things, other business owners, so that we can talk. I want to make a community and expand so that entrepreneurs can get and grow their businesses. Growing your business, entrepreneurs, you hiring people in your community. When you hire people in your community, that's way better than charity because it keeps going. The money always comes. Charity, you give it one time and you stop. But when you do people in your community, the money floats around your community. Just imagine, I clean somebody's house, so they pay me. Then I pay somebody to clean. Then I go get my hair done by Locks by Gigi. That right there, the money done passed around 4 times. And then Gigi, she pays her assistants. That money in that $1 done passed around 5 times. That's much more valuable than charity. I'm not saying they don't do charity. What I'm saying is it helps our community. Truly does. No, we're not Jeff Bezos with Amazon. but we still are providing income, dollars that are rolling through our community. It's ideal for the dollar to roll through like 10 times before it goes out of the community. A lot of black people, we make our money, and as soon as we make it go out of our community. It never circulates. And then a lot of us have the nerve to say that, oh, Kitty trying to make money off of me. She trying to get rich off of me. You ain't even got enough money for me to get rich off of. I can't stand that. We won't support each other because we think that somebody else is getting rich off of us. You know who getting rich off you? Juicy Crab. They're getting real rich. You know who getting rich off you? Them people who did your toenails. They got their whole family working in there, baby. Their money is circulating. But you don't see a problem with that because that's not you. That's not your community. You don't want to make it where our community, we help each other exist and live. Those people get in there, you watch them leave. They'll all jump in a Honda minivan. They'll ride together. They bring their own lunch. They work together. So they save gas. They save car maintenance. They save money on lunch. And they made money. And everybody got paid. You don't see nobody saying, some people, so you have some people do the pedicures. You don't see her saying, damn, I got to do why I got to do the feet. Every job, every position that they have, they're all equal. When you go get your feet done, they say, okay, go to seat number 18. And then they holler back to Yingling or whoever's over there, and they say, hey, you got a customer. You don't see her. All they got me doing is feet. You see her working and doing her job and earning her income. It's hard to love your brothers and sisters when you don't love yourself. We need to love ourselves. When you love yourself, it shows on what you do and how you interact with people. But the really times, like you said, crab mentality is dangerous, it's because we don't love ourselves. When you don't love me and I don't love you, I don't want what's best for you. I'm not going to go out and support you. Like that man over there with them $10 crabs, baby. That's where I go get my crabs from. You got people complaining. When I got my crabs, they was empty. Do you think that damn man went to somebody and said he went to his supplier? He said, you know what? Give me all the empty crabs. How the fuck he gonna know if a crab empty? He didn't open it up before he gave it to you, then glued it back together? Oh, I don't eat eggs. Can I substitute my eggs? Hell no. You get what's on here. It's just $10. But you'll go and pay Khalid them $30 for a garlic crab tray. And you complaining about the $10 tray. You're going to actually die faster from the garlic crab tray because it got all that goddamn butter and salt and stuff on it. So you paid more money to kill yourself than you go over there with him with the $10 tray. But you complaining about the $10 tray. Black people, do better. Do better. And the reason that we won't complain about them other people's prices because we don't want nobody else outside our community to think we broke. But yet we'll beg for each other. You know you're going to give me a deal, right, Kitty? You gonna take something off my car when I go get my car washed? Bitch, I live on the north side just like you. Why you trying to shortchange me? But you go over there and you buying Jordans left and right. You got 10 pair of Jordans in your closet and you ain't asked for a discount on now one of them. That motherfucker done made you feel so good about yourself, about him, that you feel when you put his shoes on, you better. He charging you because you're low self-esteem. And you paying for it. And I ain't knocking Jordans because I got a couple pairs myself. But that's what I'm saying. Often we wear designer clothes because if we put somebody else's name on our ass, we feel better about ourselves. Mama gonna brainwash you that much. Well, if you got on a Gucci shirt, you feel better because you got on a Gucci shirt. Even that thing's so gaudy and tacky and seeking all this damn attention, but you feel better about yourself. The winner is Gucci. Look at this nigga over here with this Gucci shirt on. He got on a Gucci shirt that Gucci don't even wear. They all here around here driving them cyber trucks. That truck, the ugliest thing I seen. I'm driving down Edgewood, getting ready to get on 95, and it's a cyber truck sitting over there in the the studio parking lot. I said, look at this nigga shit. Whoever this person is done went out and got this car because that's what they think that it is right now. You don't know if they done worked out the kinks. You don't care about nothing. All they did was pay off a few celebrities and say, hey, hook this car up. And then I'm going to make it where y'all have a competition on who car look better. Now I'm going to boost the sales up to y'all niggas who really can't afford the truck or the upkeep. They don't have no parts yet. Because the car's so damn new, if something break down, you can't even get your new alternator or whatever go under the hood. But what they do, like Dana said, Cybertrucks are hideous. They really are. But what the man do, because he know how we like to show off, pay a couple rappers to hype it up, to get it painted, go all on, like Lil Baby. This nigga, this Negro is sitting on top of his Cybertruck at the gas station, and that shit don't even take gas. Why you even pulled up there? The only reason you even pulled to a gas station because you just want attention. Your car don't even take goddamn gas. And you sitting on the truck at the gas station. Because you a gas station ass dude. That's where everybody who, don't have Cybertrucks, that's where they hang out at. So you just want to ride around so you can flodge. But then the person who really making the money probably paid him. You never know, that truck might be free. They might have paid to wrap that truck and do all of that stuff to it. And told him, hey, put this in your videos. Hey, ride around the hood in this truck. Do all of this. And I'm going to get a couple other rappers to do it. And then I want y'all to put out there who got the baddest Cybertruck. So now, Cybertrucks are being sold to people who really can't afford it. Are they rappers or drug dealers? Neither one on money long like that. Or last forever. So it's been sold to those people, and then they selling it out to us, and now we want to feel cool, so we go out and buy a Cybertruck. Mastermind. The person on top is the mastermind. We're just a puppet driving around in this hideous, ugly ass truck because it's cool right now. Wait till 2 years from now when the thing ain't cool. Or they start finding out all the kinks. You ain't got your money like you used to have it, so now this thing breaking down and you can't fix it. That's the end of the story for me. But I do invite you all to Rising CEO Academy. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please go to my YouTube page and like this video. It will be up there within the next hour. And then you can go through all my pages. Go through all my videos on YouTube and like and subscribe. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good night.